I want you to picture a specific moment. You've spent years studying English. You've got all the grammar rules memorized. You passed the tests.
You know, all the verb conjugations.
Oh, totally. Verbs that people haven't used since like the 1800s.
Yeah.
You were on paper perfect.
But then you walk into a coffee shop, maybe in London, maybe New York.
Exactly. And you open your mouth and you just feel, I don't know, mechanical, like a robot.
Right.
You say something like, I desire to purchase a coffee, and everyone just looks at you because you don't sound like a person. You sound like a textbook.
And that right there is the universal struggle of learning a language. There's this huge gap between, let's call it academic proficiency and native fluency.
Getting an A on the test versus actually connecting with someone.
Yeah, that's the one. And that's what we're diving into today. We're looking at some material designed to build a bridge over that gap.
And we're not just talking about vocabulary words, are we?
Yeah.
This is different.
Yeah. It's totally different. The source material uses this great visual of a bridge connecting a gray, sort of rigid school building to a colorful, vibrant city.
Okay, I like that. The school is the rules.
And the city is where real conversations happen. And the planks of that bridge, those are idioms.
Idioms, the phrases that make absolutely zero sense if you translate them word for word.
Precisely. I mean, break a leg literally sounds like a threat, but we know it's the opposite.
A blessing, yeah.
So today we're going to unpack 10 specific idioms from our sources that really act as these bridge builders. But we're not just going to define them. We want to get into the psychology of them. You know, why do we use them?
I love that. It's like hacking the social code of a language. And looking at the roadmap here, these 10 aren't just random, right? They're grouped into 3 really logical buckets.
They are. The material organizes them into the heart, which is all about how we feel. Then the mouth, which is about how we communicate.
Makes sense.
And finally, the situation, which covers, you know, the circumstances we find ourselves in.
Heart-mouth situations, like an anatomy of a conversation. All right, let's not wait. Let's jump straight into that first one, the heart.
Let's do it. The heart. These are all about emotion, desire, doubt. And the first one is a big one. Have one's heart set on.
Have one's heart set on. Well, so we all know what a heart is. But for me, the key word here has to be set.
That is exactly it. Think about concrete. You know, when you pour it, it's liquid, it's movable, but when it sets...
It's rock solid, unmovable.
Well, so this isn't just, oh, I'd like a cookie. This is much deeper.
So I say, I want to go to Paris. That's just a preference. I could go to Rome instead, no big deal.
Exactly. But if you have your heart set on Paris, your emotional center has hardened around that one specific goal. Nothing else is going to work.
The example on the notes is about a honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
She has her heart set on going to Paris for her honeymoon.
And that's a warning, isn't it? It's telling her partner, do not book tickets to London. It's a desire that's become fixed.
Okay, so that's singular, fixed desire. But life is usually more complicated than that, which brings us to the next one. Have mixed feelings.
This is one of the most useful, emotionally mature phrases you can learn.
I feel like I use this every single day. The graphic for this one is great too. It's a face split right down the middle, half happy, half sad.
And it's not just about being confused, and that's a really important distinction.
Oh, okay.
Confusion means you don't understand what you feel. Mixed feelings means you understand perfectly, but the emotions are contradicting each other. You're holding 2 opposing truths at the same time.
Like the example they give about the parent. She had mixed feelings about her daughter leaving for college.
Exactly. On one hand, you feel pure pride. Your kid did it. On the other, you're devastated because your kid is leaving. Both are true.
So if you just say, I'm sad, you're ignoring the pride. And if you say, I'm happy, you're ignoring the grief.
Right. Mixed feelings lets you be complex. It validates the conflict.
I think that's why it works so well in business, too. You know, I have mixed feelings about this new strategy. It's a polite way of saying.
I see the good parts, but I also see a potential disaster.
Precisely. All right, let's move from conflict to doubt. The next one is have second thoughts.
Have second thoughts.
So why not just say, I changed my mind? What's the difference?
Because you might not have changed it yet. Having second thoughts is the process, not the final result. It's that moment of hesitation after you've already committed.
Oh, I see. So it's that buyer's remorse feeling.
Perfectly put. The source image is someone looking at a return policy sign. You've already bought the dress. The first thought was buying it. The second thought is that wave of anxiety that hits you on the way home.
I bought the expensive dress, but now I'm having second thoughts.
Yeah. It implies you're wavering, you're reconsidering. It's for high-stakes things, you know?
Yeah.
You don't have second thoughts about what sandwich to order. You have second thoughts about getting married or quitting your job.
It really captures that pit-in-your-stomach feeling. Okay, let's lighten things up for the last one in this category. This one's just fun. Get a kick out of.
This is a great one. Such a classic bit of slang.
And we should be very clear. No one is actually kicking anything.
No physical violence involved. The kick here is like a jolt, a sudden surge of amusement or dopamine.
So to get a kick out of something means it entertains you, but in a kind of specific, personal way. It's different from just, I like it.
It is. I like ice cream is a preference. I get a kick out of watching my cat chase a laser pointer. That implies you find it really amusing. It tickles you.
The example here is perfect. He really gets a kick out of playing practical jokes on his friends.
Yes. It's about that little thrill of enjoyment. It's such a natural-sounding phrase. Instead of saying, that's funny, if you say, I really get a kick out of that, you just sound so much more authentic.
Love it. So that's the heart. We've got fixation, complexity, doubt, and amusement. Now let's move up to our second stop, the mouth. Communication.
And honestly, the first one here is my personal nightmare. A slip of the tongue.
Oh, I've done this so many times. I once called a teacher Mom in front of the whole class.
That is the quintessential slip of the tongue, a textbook example.
So break it down for us. Why do we say this? What's its function?
Well, it's a face-saving tool. If you just say, I made a mistake, it can sound like you didn't know the right information.
Right. Like you were ignorant.
Exactly. But a slip of the tongue frames it as a mechanical error. My brain knew the right word, but my mouth, the machinery, just slipped up.
It's like a verbal typo.
A verbal typo. That's perfect. The source example is painful. I called her by her sister's name. It was just a slip of the tongue. You're basically saying, I know who you are, I promise. My tongue is just clumsy.
It removes the blame from you and puts it on your tongue.
It does. It says there was no bad intention.
Okay, but this next one, this one is definitely about bad intentions, or at least bad manners, behind someone's back.
Yeah, this one creates a very clear physical metaphor. If I'm standing behind you, you can't see me, you're vulnerable.
So doing something behind someone's back is all about secrecy.
It's about a secrecy that betrays trust. You don't really plan a surprise party behind someone's back. You gossip. You complain.
The example says, it is not polite to gossip about your friends behind their backs.
And it emphasizes that the person can't defend themselves. It's seen as cowardly. Really, in most cultures, facing someone is a sign of respect, even if you're arguing.
Which brings us perfectly to the antidote for that behavior, face-to-face.
The complete opposite.
I feel like in our world of texting and Zoom and everything else, this phrase carries even more weight than it used to.
It absolutely does. Face-to-face means physical presence. It means we're not hiding behind a screen or a delayed message.
The example is, we need to stop texting and discuss this problem face-to-face.
And that's a power move, isn't it? When you say that, you're saying this is too serious for misinterpretation. I need to see your eyes. It strips away all the buffers.
It's so interesting how behind someone's back implies danger, and face-to-face implies a search for resolution.
That's the power of these communication idioms. They tell you where you stand. Are you hiding or are you connecting?
That's deep. Okay, let's move to our final category, the situation. We've done feelings, we've done talking. Now it's about the circumstances we find ourselves in.
And these are so useful, especially for navigating work or, disagreements.
The first one is the ultimate argument ender, a matter of opinion.
I love the visual for this one in the source material. It's that classic 6 versus 9 illusion, two people looking at the same number on the floor.
One sees a 6, the other sees a 9. And who's wrong?
Nobody.
And that's a matter of opinion, a situation where there is no single objective truth.
Now, people do try to use this to deflect facts, but its correct use is for subjective things. Is this movie good? Is this painting beautiful?
Right. The example is whether that movie is good or bad is really just a matter of opinion. It's a fantastic way to agree to disagree.
Exactly. Instead of saying, your taste in movies is terrible, you just say, well, I guess it's a matter of opinion. It neutralizes the whole conflict.
Okay. Next up is a phrase I feel like I hear every time I call customer service. My hands are tied.
Ah, yes. The bureaucrat's best friend.
The image is a business person literally tied up with red tape. But what's happening socially when someone says this to you?
It's a brilliant psychological move. Think about it. If you're a clerk and a customer wants a refund you can't give, just saying no makes you the enemy.
You're the bad guy. Yeah.
But if you say, I'd love to help, but my hands are tied, you shift the blame. Suddenly the system is the bad guy. You're telling the customer, hey, I'm on your side. We're both victims of these stupid rules.
It builds an instant alliance while still denying the request. I would love to give you that discount, but my hands are tied.
It's so effective at de-escalating anger. It says you lack the power to help, not the desire.
That's a huge difference. Okay, that brings us to our final idiom. And we're circling back to the word heart, but in a situational way. Heart is in the right place.
This is what I like to call the participation trophy of idioms.
The image for this is so funny. It's someone proudly presenting a completely burnt, messy birthday cake. A total disaster.
But a loving disaster. And that's the core of it. We use this when the result of an action is bad, clumsy, messy, unhelpful. But the intention behind it was pure kindness.
It's basically a phrase for forgiveness.
It is. It separates the action from the person's character. Your friend tries to fix your leaky faucet and ends up flooding your kitchen. You're angry, but then you say, well, his heart is in the right place.
You're reminding yourself that he was just trying to help.
Exactly. The example is just that. He made a mess, but his heart is in the right place. It protects the relationship when things go wrong.
So, to recap the situation, a matter of opinion for disagreement. Hands are tied for when rules stop you, and heart is in the right place for when good intentions lead to bad results.
That is a solid survival kit for just about any social situation.
It really is. Okay, we've crossed the bridge, we've unpacked all 10. But before we wrap this up, let's do a little knowledge check, a quick role play.
Ooh, okay, let's do it.
I'm going to give you a situation. You tell me the idiom. Ready? Situation A. I really, really want to go to that university. It's the only one for me.
Ah, your heart is set on it.
Perfect. Situation B. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I accidentally called you by the wrong name.
That was just a slip of the tongue.
Yes. Last one. Situation C. I'd love to help you with that problem, but the company policy forbids it.
I'm sorry, but my hands are tied.
You nailed it.
Let's see.
They just fit so naturally, they don't feel like vocabulary words you're plugging in.
They feel like reactions, which is the whole point. Let's do a really quick-fire recap of all 10, just to lock them in.
Go for it.
1. Heart set on. You're determined. 2. Mixed feelings. You feel two conflicting things.
3. Second thoughts. You're doubting a past decision.
4. Get a kick out of. You find something really amusing. 5. Slip of the tongue. A verbal mistake.
6. Behind someone's back. Do something secretly. 7. Face-to-face. Direct communication.
8. Matter of opinion. No objective right answer. 9. Hands are tied. Rules prevent you from acting.
And 10. Heart is in the right place. Good intentions, but a bad result.
There they are.
What a fantastic list. You know, that final slide in the research has a great call to action. It just says, don't just memorize them, use them.
And that really is the most important piece of advice. You can study a map of the city all day long, but at some point, you have to actually walk across the bridge.
So here's our challenge to you listening right now. Just pick one, just one of these idioms and try to use it in a conversation today.
And if you make a mistake when you say it, just tell them it was a slip of the tongue.
Exactly. And if your friends laugh at you,
Well, then they just got a kick out of it.
and if they try to correct you, you can say their heart is in the right place.
You are unstoppable now. You've got an answer for everything.
We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the weird and wonderful world of English idioms. Thanks so much for helping us break it all down.
Always a pleasure. Now go bridge that gap, everyone.
We'll catch you next time.